YouTube, what is happening? It's the Green Shiz. Hope everybody's doing great. Today is Tuesday, officially Heritage Auctions auction day. Was going to do a type of video where I kind of analyzed and saw what was coming up. Instead, I'm going to record myself actually watching the auction, going through it, commenting. So we're going to jump into that in a second here. It's already just started. Some fire coming up here really soon. But just kind of wanted to recap kind of the stuff that went on today. Our boys over at Pwcc got dragged through the mud by eBay. Not the nicest thing to happen. I would hope it would have stayed a little more private until they had a discussion themselves, because according to Pwcc, they've never heard about it. But who knows? Who knows if that's the truth or if they're just putting out politics to make it sound okay. I don't know. But it happened. Pwcc is no longer active on eBay until further notice, and we'll see what happens. But I'm going to open this up right now because we have a Super Mario Brothers 2 just went live for auction. This is only a 7.5 complete in box, which is not bad. It's pretty cheap at $340. I would guess with buyer's premium you're at $5, but I'm curious what this box. Oh, come on. I want to see if it's like a first edition or not, or if it even says anything about it. So it's a 3 screw. So usually the 3 screws are earlier. So the number of screws is in the back of the cartridge. The newer ones, the later print ones, I believe, were all 5. So this is a 3. So now we have Super Mario Brothers 3. This is a 9.6 A+. This is a later production, so I was actually just doing some research on these. You'll notice the Bros, the Super Mario Bros, is on the right, so that's where they call this the right. Super Mario Bros. Right. This is a later production. $28,000. With buyer's premium was $33,600 USD. That just sold for. So the original prints, the Bros, was on the left. It actually went over his hand. So obviously it made sense to move it over later. But yeah, so this is a older print selling for $33,000. That's insane. I actually just made a couple of awesome purchases off eBay this morning. Some complete in box games. I cannot wait for those to show up. I have not seen this game sell yet. This is Chase HQ. WATA 7.5 A+ sealed. So those of you that are not familiar, this Heritage Auctions runs through a video game block and then ends with like trading cards, Pokemon. It's generally just Pokemon. So we'll see how that goes. But there a lot of times, and I've mentioned it in many other videos, that you could search on here. So search Super Mario Brothers, can't type, 3. So I can click here and view, oh, come on. 146 past sold items. So here's our range. Super Mario Brothers left. So there you go. You see that? It's got the Bros is covering his hand. That's one of the earlier prints, which is why you're seeing this sell for a lot more. This is lesser grade than the one that just sold at a 9.4B, but it sold for $120,000. So you're seeing here, this is a 9.8 A+, less than half of this one. And this was recent, July 9th. Lots and lots of sales for Super Mario Brothers. I'm going to scroll towards the bottom and see what the cheapest are. Wow. These were cheap in 2019. Complete in box, complete in box. Here's a cheap sealed, not sealed. It's the challenge set. It's always really cheap for some reason. This one's sealed, 6.0. IMP. I don't know what that means. As you can see, it's not the rarest thing, but it is sought after by so many that is like grail for a lot of people. So now we're in the N64 block. Oh, we just missed Pokemon Red. I'm gonna open that up. Pokemon Red. 8.5A. Wow. Sandshrew. So I think this is the earlier print run. It's got the Sandshrew on it. And it's got the pixelated E rating. So I believe that they did change the E rating. They changed the Sandshrew. Sandshrew's on the back of the box. But $10,500 is not a bad sale for that. That's Pokemon games in general have been declining significantly. I think my Pokemon Silver version topped out at about 11,000, and that's a 9.4A plus, and I would probably put it around $5,000-$6,000 right now. So that dropped pretty hard. These factory cases never sell for a lot of money. I think it's because people think there's a lot more out there, but I don't know. I think while I'm recording this, I just hit, let me check, 250 subscribers just now. Golf clap for everybody here. If you're here, hashtag PogChamp down in the chat. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you all. This thing is still moving. It looks like we have a bidding war. This thing was puttering out at about $900, but here we are at $2,400 and climbing. Just to reiterate, I don't do this too often, but the buyer's premium is a percentage increase on top of the bid. Yes, it doesn't even say the percentage. So you see the next bid. So if I click next bid, my bid is $160. But then after I check out, if I win, I got to pay the total with the buyer's premium. Another thing that I didn't know until I started playing with Heritage, cut bid. You can only cut bid. So like this guy, you can only cut bid once, I believe, during an auction. And a cut bid is, so like right now, if I were to bid $550, a cut bid would be just below $550. It would be like $535 or something lower. But because this one just started, it's not giving me, now it's giving me an option because somebody else bid. But a cut bid is just a lower bid that's above the current bid. Generally, it doesn't usually win because people know when you're cut bidding, because it shows the lower increase, if any of that made sense to you guys. Danny Phantom. Wonder how that Poketober's doing. Need to go check him out. Oh, we got another Pokemon game coming up. It's kind of cheap. $2,000. That's not that bad. This is my sponsor. Arnold, good old Arnie, representing. So what do you guys think about the whole PWCC drama going on. It is crazy. They had 17-ish thousand listings on the Vault, I believe it was. That's a lot of listings. And they're gone. They just gone. Alright, still Danny Phantom, still cranking it out. 200. Oops, fair warning. Fair warning. Come on, Jim. Taking forever. But I want to go and check some of these other auction sites. See what's popping off. So Golden Auctions have been trying to capitalize on the issues with PWCC. They've been blowing this up. Secure your collectibles in Golden Vault for free for life. Wow. 24/7 security monitoring, 100% insurance policy, dedicated partner manager, sell or retrieve your items at the click of a button, no sales tax, convenient. They are keying in at the right time. I want to see if they got any Pokemon cards or something. Or WATA. No WATA. GGA. Okay. Pokemon. Oh, we got Pokemon. Current bid. So we got some booster boxes. Charizard collection. Wow. That's a lot of shiz in there. All these Charizards. For... Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I recommend. Alright, where are we at? Where are we at? Okay. Nope, Pokemon's coming up. Harry Potter. Harry Potter, man. This guy's banging off too. Alright, take me back. Take me back. Take me back. I'm actually a professional singer, in case y'all didn't know. Okay, you got some BGS slabs. 12 days left on these. Quite a long time left. Only one page. It's pretty minor. Current bid none. Current bid none. Current bid none. Current bid 100. Nothing too extravagant there at all. Booster boxes are cool. So we got some booster boxes popping off. Pokemon Ruby. 3,600 USD with the buyer's premium. 5 seconds left. Can this pull some more money? 38.40. 9.2. I want to say this is about $4,000 to $5,000 game. And I'm going to check these recent solds. We're at $4,800 on the Ruby. $5,000. Where will it stop? See, this is where the buyer, when you get above 4K, the buyer's premium tacks on a lot of money. That thing just tacked on $800 to the final sale price. So, 9.2 A+ Ruby version. Their difference for Ruby and Sapphire, the other generations, I believe there was just one print run or one style of print for 3rd gen games, so they don't have the different Pokemon on the back, the different seals, the different e-reader, like just too much. There's too much stuff to know for the older ones. The newer ones are more generous. Okay, so I'm gonna go try and find search here. Maybe go to Heritage Auctions. Pokemon Ruby. View pass, only 20 pass sales. And we just sold a 9.2 A plus. That's in April. $9.4 A plus. That was a year ago. So this is basically a little bit better version of this game. Sold for a fifth of the price a year ago. There is not a lot of these that sold. That's actually really low for Pokemon games. Compare it to the prettier brother here. A lot more of these sell. Don't know why, but it does. Got 3,000. It's very similar grade there. That's this year, August 10th. Yeah. I loved this game. Oh no, I loved it for the PlayStation 2. This original Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 2, where there was the first one where you really gliding through the air, shooting web, and you couldn't land on the ground in this one. It was pretty bad for that reason. It was vastly improved at the next Spider-Man game. What do you guys think about grading VHS tapes? There's been talks about it here and there and here. Um, just high level view for my eyes. I think it's pretty cool, but I don't know. I spent a lot more time of my life playing video games like these. And of course, there are iconic movies in my life. Some of the Batman series I watched a lot of. All of the Barneys, of course. But I don't know. I just feel like the games mean a lot more to me than the movies. I think movies similar to books, like first print runs of books, people read through a book once and usually they're done with it. And they're like, man, that was a great book. And in the future, you'll want to own a copy of it or keep your copy. They have eye appeal sitting in a graded case, similar to video games. Seeing your favorite movie characters encapsulated is pretty cool. I don't know. It's a reach in my eyes grading VHS tapes. Highly speculative. I would not do anything drastic because I have zero knowledge on print runs for VHSs. And I know for certain there are tons of print runs for most of the big movies. Example, Home Alone. If you look up sealed Home Alone VHS tapes, you're talking anywhere from $15 to $450 sold listings. That's insane. James Bond. How have I never heard about this? This is a James Bond fish. Mortal Kombat B plus 9.4. That's pretty solid. Sega Genesis does not get love. I don't know if the people who own Sega Genesis just fell off the face of the earth. They're just I don't know. I don't have that want for a Sega Genesis game unless it's Ninja Turtles. That was even Sonic is NHL 95 on Sega. That game hits hard. I'd buy that. Just games I've played. Played the crap out of Sonic, but I don't feel the love and need for Sonic. Let me know what you guys think about these types of recordings. Obviously, this is longer. I'm already sitting at 20 minutes. Usually, my average is around 15 minutes of recorded time. But I work during the day, and I find myself listening to YouTube videos. And I think this is something you could sit and listen to and not need to see everything. Trying to be as descriptive as possible with my speaking. Got a couple sealed cases here. This is a factory case. Choo Choo Rocket. A few cases coming up. And then we're jumping into PlayStation 1, it looks like. Yep. So I've yet to see Army Men Air Attack. Or any of those Army Men games. I played the stuff out of those. The stuff. There is these sports games cheap. How much is that? NFL Game Day 99. So the Madden was out. This was like a competitor. The Madden. What's the grade? 8.0A. That's cheap. $24 right now. So you can find, I guess we're gonna watch some of this and see where they end up, but you're barely breaking. We'll watch how it goes, but WATA ain't cheap to grade with. So they need to watch themselves before they wreck themselves. Check out Certified Link. See what else is going on over here. This is another website that auctions off some video games. I want to say this is the one where I bought my PSA 9 first edition Magneton from. Auctions. It's not as easy to navigate. So me looking at this home page, I don't see anything except for that says auction is underway. Okay, we got some stuff here. CGC graded. So this is probably just comics. Spider-Man would be pretty cool. $33,000, people. Come on. Insane, the prices on these. Signed. Look at that. That is cool. Signed by Stan Lee. It shows the image on the slab. That is pretty sick. I've never seen that before. That is sick. Look at that. Stan Lee signature, Stan Lee picture, signature series. That's sweet. I mean, this dude went to so many. I don't know if it probably decreases the value. He signed so much stuff. I would have him sign something that isn't a grail just to have the signature, but where are we at? Nothing amazing going on. I want to see if I can find some of the hardest stuff sometimes is finding auctions. Auction search. I don't want to search comic books. I don't want to search comic art or comic book lots. Single original art auction. Other items auction. Pokemon. Okay. WATA. Okay. I give up on you. That's not what I wanted. Comic Connect. Mike Tyson boxing. This is pulling more money than the Nintendo. Got a good grade. 9.4 A++. That's the highest you can get on the seal. And really, I'd say a 9.4 is about a VGA 85 plus. About. It ranges, of course. Comics. Video games. Okay. WATA. Okay, I see WATA there. There's some WATA games. We got WATA. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Out of my league. Cards. Pokemon. Really? That's all you have on here. 2 Charizards, and a Oranguro or whatever its name is. There's a problem with this. Looking at this, all this different description, I don't even see his name until I highlight down here. It pops up. Interesting. I would say let's go check out the PWCC block that's about to pop off, but you know how that happened. Let's go check their website. Pwcc Marketplace currently crapping itself. Check out the Premier Auction. Don't know what this is. Oh. Is this actually their, like, through their site? Okay, it is. That's in 4 days. Okay. So this is their signature premier auction. So that's why there's only the 3 cards, and they're really expensive cards. Interesting. Marketplace. Rayman. Holy cow. Huh. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. So this is saying live ends today at 6:48 p.m. Let's see where it links me to. Ha! Boom! Drop the bomb on me. So they completely obliterated their links. They have no listings anymore. Wow. All of that feedback from PWCC, all of their sales, insane number of sales, insane. How much money did eBay make through PWCC? Just, it's gotta be astronomical. PWCC leaving, there is not going to be as many auctions every month as what PWCC brought. PWCC brought a lot of eyeballs to a 2-3 day period to watch an auction of these cards because I know they're ending. People doing random eBay auctions, the big names will pull decent amount of money because they got the backing, the social background behind them to pump their sales. But Joe Schmo listing a Charizard or a Blastoise, it's probably going to sell below market value. Do everything you can to market and just fill everything out correctly. The more detail in your subject and your description, the better. And make sure you end your auctions on like a Friday, Saturday evening, around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that people in Europe might be able to bid on it, and East Coast, West Coast. Just be smart about your auctions. It's sad. I loved being able to see all these different sold listings every month. Tons of vintage. The number of sales is going to decrease so hard. And I feel like the prices of cards are going to go up because less people are going to be auctioning. And you're going to be only buy it now, best offers. Nobody's going to have the set of stones to auction off really expensive cards. And that's what I'm looking for. So that's pretty sad to me. So I'll be pounding on doors making best offers now, I guess. And I'll be like, hey man, this last PWCC auction sold at $1,400. Well, yeah, that was... And I'll be like, yeah, that was probably shill bids. You need to sell it to me for $1,200. Well, I can't look at PWCC sold listings, sir, because they're a scam. So I'm going to go back 7 months when we were in the prime, and now it's a $30,000 card. No. I ain't ready for it. My body ain't ready for it. Ooh, God of War. So, it's insane to me. This game is a 9.6 B+. I guess because these are plastic cartridges, you can get damage to the seal without damaging the case. Generally, though, when you have something that's a 9.6 box, like looking back when it's cardboard, usually the seal is pretty dang good too, because usually when one gets damaged, the other's damaged. So that's a pretty low seal grade, so there's probably a split or something in the seal somewhere. For sure. 100% confirmed. Whoa. Wow. Very, very interesting. I saw there's a Grand Theft Auto Trilogy. Near mint is just the box, not graded. And it's currently at $288. Man, I bought 12 of these for $30 a piece earlier this year. 6 of them are at WATA. Big brain place. Sometimes you get lucky. I am teeing up a large submission to WATA for complete in-box games. I think I have about 12-ish. One of them being one of the games I just bought off eBay. I have high hopes for that game. This game is still going. What is it? That thing didn't want to end, bro. Okay, 9.8 A+. I wish eBay would dedicate this type of a PWCC type of auction that's done like this, because it would take forever if you included all the modern jank. But if you just did higher end cards, anything that's going to be selling above $200, because that's basically what we have here. Most stuff is selling above $200, and did it where each one got its own live auction and it didn't end at a certain time, could be extremely interesting. I really hope eBay creates a foolproof system and we can maybe submit trading cards to them and they vault them. They would do extremely well. They would basically kick golden auctions straight square in the nuts. because nobody would send anything to golden auctions if eBay got into the game like that. That's for sure. World Cup Golf. Big money. Big money. We're at $84 with the buyer's premium. Where is it going to end? This is from 1996. I was 5 years old. Fred Couples was owning, and some others. Fred Couples, though, was dominating back then. Yeah, so I don't know. I just don't know. Pwcc you done messed up, AA Ron. You done messed up. You don't do that. You don't do that. I really hope somebody emerges here as an alternative, because Heritage, I would say Heritage is ahead of Golden. They're ahead of the other Comic Connect certified link that I just looked at for selling Pokemon. And they have those crazy signature auctions. They had the trading card one and the video game one the past couple months. Those are unmatched. They have insane how many booster boxes they sell in that last one for good prices. Not cheap, but I mean like market value prices for that. It got a lot of eyeballs on that. I think the next one's in October for video games, I think. Don't know about trading cards. That was the first one they just ever did for trading cards. And it went off swell. Swell. They only do higher end items. They're not going to be doing modern stuff. I don't know how you get your name to the signature auction, but it's usually got to be a higher end item. Expect duplicates if it's more of a common item, like we saw in that auction. NFL Game Day 2004. Fight Club. I really want God of War. I love that game. There's a few games I want for PlayStation 2. I want Devil May Cry, God of War. What else? Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit 2, Need for Speed Underground. You don't find those games. There is a Devil May Cry, I think, with a pretty low grade for $1,000 on eBay. And it's the reprint, not the original. Most way you could tell for PlayStation 2 games if it's a reprint or not is if it's got the security tab here. The security tab, they stopped doing that in 2005 on a PlayStation game, so you can't tell after 2005. You just got to look at the box, essentially. But like the GTA games all had security tabs, and then when they came out in the trilogy, they eliminated the security tab. So just be aware of what you're buying, because like Devil May Cry, they reprinted it without the security tab, but everything else looks exactly the same. So everything. Know what you're looking for. I'm just gonna drop it now since we're 38 minutes in, and there's probably one of you sitting here watching and listening to this, but my purchases from eBay this morning was 2 games from Nintendo. It was a WATA 6.5 complete in-box Super Mario Brothers 3. That was the Left Bros. Left Bros was the first printing, which I kind of got into earlier, showing you the left or the right, which one it was. And the right one has a few different versions, but the left one's the first. But complete in box, 6.5, first printing of the game, $600. Whereas any graded version of that is 20 grand plus, basically. Easy. That's insane. So it looks the same on the shelf as a $20,000+ game, but it's not $20,000 right now. I guess it's only $600. And then I also purchased. Not even watching the auction here. God of War sold. $14.40. Yep. $312 for GTA. It seems about right. Didn't move much. Xbox. Haven't seen many Xbox games selling. Getting into Pokemon here shortly. But yeah, it just I bought the second game I bought was not graded, but it was a complete in box. Another Super Mario Brothers 3. I thought they were seriously undervalued. Sharing that with my 250 subscribers because I feel like I have no pull in any of the market. But yeah, $250 or $600, another $600 for an ungraded version, but it looked much cleaner. I'm hoping to get like a 8.59 after I grade it. So that would be insane. I want to say a 9 complete in box sold for $5 grand. Because you got to take into account the way they grade complete in box. I know I mentioned it before, but constantly getting new people here, and I only have 250 subs, so 20 new people is like 20% increase. But the way they grade complete in box is that they grade like the case, like the shell, like the box. They grade the manual, and they grade the actual disc, the game. And then they give it an overall score. So it's like a BGS slab, essentially, where they average out all these grades, and then they give it a final grade. The case, the game looked clean. The manual looked really clean. The box looked pretty dang good. So I can't wait to get that in the mail. That'll be sick. It already shipped. It's in the mail. Definitely be doing an unboxing when that comes. Getting to the Pokemon cards. What moment we've all been waiting for. There is currently a CGC 7 first edition Charizard on here for $5,500. What I like doing is checking current prices on cards and seeing if I can make some money. So that's what I'm doing. First edition Charizard, CGC 7. Look at sold listings. Bada bang. Bada bang. Come on, Charizard. Ain't no sold listings. And usually the next best bet. So this I just looked up CGC 7. Is I look up the next lower PSA grade to get an idea what the price would be, because they do sell cheaper as a 7. And if I comp my CGC 7 as a PSA 6, I get some decent sales. $5 grand, $6,500. Yeah, so we're already there. $5,650. Yeah, that's there. That's whoever's buying that's about to take an L, because it might go up. I think I have this box. Sealed, though. Not sealed. I don't have mine sealed. $90 deck box. $99. This is a $100 deck box. Wow. Wow. I really wish they didn't have so much CGC. I guess I'm collecting PSA 9 first edition, so no subgrades, bro. Oh my gosh. The Charizard doesn't even have subgrades. That should be illegal. Wow, none of these do. Seriously, guys. Seriously. That's insane. Wow, that's not a bad price. $550 for an 8. But it just is so ugly without the subgrades. God. $576 ain't bad. It's respectable. Not a bad price. No subgrades. You dirty, dirty rat. See, wow. This is selling higher than a PSA 6. Surprised. Look at the centering on that beast. Holy sh! That's at $6,600. That's like PSA sells like $1,000 per number. So a 6 is about $6,000. A 7 is probably about $7,000. This is not a bad looking card because the centering jacked him. That's like, that's off center. Holy cow. I have a handful of 5.5s. I don't know if I have a Mewtwo. If it had subgrades, I'd probably bid on it. But it would be my only one with a 5.5 without subgrades, so I'm not going to bid on it. I could never own a set that has some subgrades and no subgrades. I would absolutely lose my mind. I think it's one of the most beautiful sets I have is a complete CGC 9 base unlimited set, all with subgrades. It is clean. It's on my Instagram. Check it out. It's clean looking. So what are these grades? PSA Mint 9. I just tried bidding, but it didn't take. $1996 base Charizard. There is more on this auction than usual. Usually there isn't this much Pokemon to buy. Japanese base set sealed booster pack. Something I'm not big into is sealed booster packs at all. Yeah, let's just all right, Tom, how do you want to do this auction? We got a Poliwrath, and we got what is this? This is a giant toad. It looks like, oh, it's a Venusaur. Yeah, let's just put them up together. They're not the same grade, but yeah, they look real good together. You know what I mean there, Rick? They look beautiful. They're going to pull up some big money because they look real nice. The blue and the green setting each other's eyes off like crazy. You know what I mean? Wow. Of the cards they put together, a Venusaur and the Poliwrath. Okay. Interesting. Must have been submitted that way, and that poor soul said, yeah, we're going to put these up together. We'll optimize our money that way. No. Don't. Selling cards in lots loses money. As Catch 'em All Collectibles is proving very easily. He bought the completely graded 102 PSA set off eBay for $24,000 and is estimating to total sale of net profit $18,000 selling individually. When you sell individually, you make money. If you have a bunch of graded cards, list them as single auctions. 99 cent, no reserve. You will make more money selling it that way than you will as a lot. Nobody wants to buy. You limit yourself on the number of buyers so much more. Because not a lot of people have $24,000 they want to drop on Pokemon. It's rare that, like, there's people out there. I was bidding on that auction and I lost to apparently Catch 'em All Collectibles. But yeah, you limit yourself. There's a lot more people that want to spend $1,000 on each card than people with 24 grand to spend on Pokemon. Not everyone's trying to sleep in the doghouse like me and Catch 'em All. Cozy in there. Oh, we got some bangers here. We're coming in hot there, Billy. Look at what we got here. We got a CGC 3.5 Chansey base unlimited, CGC 3 Nidoking, 4.5 Magneton, and a 6.5 Machamp. We have hit the epitome of amazing cards. The current bid is $80. $99. Can I get 110? We got 110. What are you guys doing? That is an atrocity. Somebody just spent $109 on $15 worth of Pokemon cards. Estimate about $4.50 because they're played in those numbers. Played. Probably damaged. CGC 3s are damaged cards. Damaged. And they just dropped $110 because they're encapsulated. Wow. Whoa. These are cool. So we're back. I recently made a mistake on here. We'll see what it sells for this time. But not this. I bought a brush fire deck on here with a gold strip for $1,500. That was a pretty good deal. $240 I feel is a pretty good deal. A really good deal. I should have bet on that. This I bought a while ago for $500. And they only sell for like $300 on eBay. And it's already up to $360. Which isn't too out of the water. I clearly made a mistake. PSA 8s. These are PSA 8s. 8.5, 8, nothing amazing. Got some more packs that already look over pro. That's first edition at least. I bought one of these for $250 a couple months ago. Base set 2. Poliwrath. Yeah, that brush fire was probably a steal at $220. Whoa, dude. I need to send some cards to Heritage. What did that just sell for? $190. $228 with buyer's premium. They're first edition. But the grades. The grades, bro. We might have to go through that and do a submission to Heritage. Because I got a bunch of stuff sitting here that I think would do pretty well there. No symbols, jungles. These are always pretty popular. But I feel like Heritage, I don't know. I feel like somebody come in there and sweep them up because they don't see the first edition logo. I feel like there's more people on Heritage who don't know what they're doing. We're at 54 minutes. And if you've been in here this entire time listening to me speak, that's crazy. So we're getting down towards the end of the auction. Now my wife to turn on the light. That was a giant glowing orb above my head. That's cool.
Turn it off a second. Here you go.
What is that? Thank you very much. You check out my wife's Instagram. She makes cakes. I won't eat this in front of you. You're welcome. So we got a base set to Pokemon pack, $185. Seems pretty high. $228 after the premium. Is this a 9 Lugia? It is. Let's see what those sell for. PSA 9 Lugia Japanese Neo. $310 with a newer slab. So it's selling for $310. That's $60 cheaper than what it's currently at. I mean, I'm going to eat some of this. It just looks too good. Sorry, y'all. You might want to mute me. What are y'all doing? What is this? The Boss's Way? Yeah. The Boss's Way. Dark Dragonite and Dark Machamp. All 3 different grades. Steal. Steal. Just absolute steal. That's sold for $192. First Eds. The Dark Machamp is Dog Bleep. The Boss's Way sold this listing. PSA 9 first edition, Giovanni's face. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Some of this stuff be selling crazy. Some of it overpriced, some of it underpriced. Anybody having any luck finding any of these? This is a Evolving Skies Build and Battle kit. I opened 2 of them. One, my daughter opened one. I opened one. I pulled complete Dog Bleep out of mine. This was the best card. Suicune V. Pretty depressing. Gemmint 10. That was probably a steal. I didn't realize that was a 10. God. Now I'm curious. PSA 10 Pwcc Japanese Neo. Okay. See, this just sold for under $320. And people be buying stuff in the hype, and it just sold for $552 on Heritage Auctions. $200 more than the last sold on eBay. Looking at this, it's a 10. People shark themselves when they see 10s. They're like, man, this thing's got to be $1 million. And they're just completely clueless. What is this jank? Oh, these are PSA 10s. These promos, each one of them was a 10 I looked at. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Topps trading cards. What? What am I looking at? Did it just blow out of the water? Where'd it go? We're coming towards the end of the auction, people. Appreciate everybody being here. I cannot believe that Pichu just sold for at least $200. Wow. So let's look at the actual last sold. $270 on auction. And that one sold for double the price. $550. Confirm it's a 10. That's a 10. $550. Wow, and it was an old label. Huh. Wow. Now I know where everybody needs to send their Japanese PSA 10s because that's insane. Double the price, bro. I want to see this Dragonite pop off like what? Is this missing the symbol? No, it's there. It's just faded. I was looking for that gold Pokemon stamp on there. This thing better outperform the other ones. Come on, buddy. Oh, Pikachu sold for a lot. $630 for Pikachu. This is a really old slab. I can't believe that underperformed. Basically, it was the same as Electabuzz, which is really messed up. Now I'm curious on that. PSA 10 Black Star Promo Dragonite. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Just sold for $185 after shipping. That sold for $250. Very, very interesting takeaway from tonight's Heritage Auctions. That's all she wrote on the auctions. It's over. That's on the last one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles group of tops. Cowabunga. This group is pro team and lots of focus. Session ended. Anyway, I was looking at it because I was about to cop it, but I didn't. So that's all we got tonight. Let me know what you think. That was some interesting finds, to say the least, at the end of that auction. Some stuff selling high. You're looking at Charizard sold for $960. It seems about right. Maybe a little high on that too. This CD promo Charizard. Pull it up here real quick. I'd say that's a little high. That thing dropped pretty good too. That's an old cert. Usually the old certs sell a little lower. Anyways, we're sitting at an hour. I appreciate all y'all sitting through that with me. If you are here, let me know. Appreciate the love. Smash the sub button. Smash the like button. Peace.